So, I started doing this a long time ago, and by the way, this is actually going out right now. It's streaming live on YouTube. So if any of you sitting up front are with somebody you shouldn't be with, I am so sorry. You can bring the house lights up just a little touch. The reason I started doing this is because, not that much, I don't need to see these son of bitches like really close. Yeah. So anyway, the reason I started doing this was because over the years, 33 years of having the comedy club, I have people come up to me after the shows and go, man, that was a really funny show. I could never do that. And I went, well, why do you say that? And they go, well, I wasn't born that way, basically. I don't have that type of brain or whatever. And so I think there is a general thought that we come out of the chute, just cracking up people and stuff. And so I just like people to know that comics come from all different types of backgrounds and different walks of life. And how do you get to be a professional comedian? One word: work. Work. That's how you get to be a professional comedian. So the question is, first of all, as I ask of all the comics, I'd like to know basically how you grew up. I know you talk about a lot of that in your show, but the basic mom, dad, what did they do for a living? Brothers, sisters, what did they do? End up doing that? How did you grow up and where?
I was born in the Bronx. I was raised in Long Island and educated in high school there. Then I played my college ball in Indiana over at Purdue, and then finished up my education at Cleveland State University, and went to law school there too.
And what did your dad do for a living?
My dad owned a restaurant, Greek, and owned a restaurant. Who knew?
And a Greek diner?
Surprise!
Okay. And so did my grandfather. And did your mother work in the business?
Well, yeah, she did. She worked at the restaurant. My mother did come over, and the story, basically what I told you, is true. And however, my mother's name is Zacharula, and my father's name is Zani. And in Greek, my name is Basile. And my first language, that I couldn't speak English until I was about 5 years old. And my first language is Greek, and I'm fluent in Greek. So it was a lot of fun for me to deal
Did you grow up working in the restaurant?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
My sister, Arji, and we're very, very close. We've always been close. I was the older brother that took care of her, and so I was pretty.
And what does she do for a living?
She actually is a mom and takes care of the dogs, and she does stuff with. Didn't you hear my fucking show?
I did. I just wanted to make sure they know it's the truth. So, and then I'm curious. Was there anyone in your life growing up, in the family or close friends to the family, more adults like your parents' age, that were entertainers?
Believe it or not, no one was an entertainer in my family.
So there was nobody connected to you?
There was no one connected to it. I've just, I was, believe it or not, a serious student, and I got a chance to work in Washington, D.C. I went to law school at Case Western Reserve in Cleveland, and I never got my J.D., so I'm not an attorney in any stretch of imagination. Would you have me represent you?
Yeah, I would. I'd have another guy, too, but... Yes. And... Do you have when you're, not consumed by comedy, but like my hobby's golf. Do you have a hobby, something that you just really like to do outside of the, comedy and?
Actually, I do a lot of voice work. So I'm the voice of Bullwinkle Moose for Universal Studios.
Nice.
Now, the funny part was, this is the funny part. The greatest babysitter in the world that we all had, our parents would put us in front of the television to babysit us, right? Now, I couldn't speak English, right? But I could always imitate a voice. So I was doing Bullwinkle in Greek as a child. So I would sit there.
Can you do that?
Sure. My mom would put me in front of the TV. After a while, I'd go, and my mom would go, that's it, this is bullshit, we got it.
Was that Greek for Rocky pulled a rabbit out of your
No, I said, Mom, I want to go out with the kids and play with them.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, so I started doing that, and I've been doing voice work for a bunch of
But there's
years.
like no sports, no games, gaming,
Well, I mean,
anything like that that you are into?
I mean, one of the things I love doing, I love putting together intricate models. And so that's one of my things I like doing, but I never have the time because you know me, I'm all over the road. So I do my stand-up in Greek as well as in English. So I travel all over the world. I go to Australia, throughout Europe, Asia, South Africa, and I do both my general audience show and then I do my Greek show that I do called Growing Up Greek in America.
And so that was really just a general, just to get to know him. House Lights Up just a little bit more. Any questions at all from you guys? Anything at all, me or Basile, but especially Basile. Yeah, right there. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you ever be asked to go on a cruise ship to entertain?
Have you done cruise ships?
I only work for one cruise line. I have a contract with them with Royal Caribbean.
And so you do that occasionally?
I only cut it at 7 every year. I do the Greek cruise, the OPA cruise that I wind up doing, and I'll do 7 more whenever, just the theater shows.
Do you do those out of the West Coast or the East Coast?
East Coast.
East Coast?
Yeah.
Do you like the audiences on cruise ships?
They're wonderful.
Are they the same?
They're wonderful. It's you guys. It's all of you.
Well, it's
it's all of you.
Sure, it's us.
No, it's a great mix of a crowd, and my show can go either one way or the other. I could do a little bit more adult oriented. I can do it as clean as PG. I can do anything. So as far as that's what they want, then they want me to do the adult show, and that's where we have fun. But I only work with Royal Caribbean.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where from
I grew
Long
up in
Island?
a place called about 10 miles west of Riverhead, a place called Middle Island.
Oh, there's your ride. Hey, another rim shot.
You're from Middle Island? No.
Oh no, just got excited about it.
Yeah, they got so excited they said, "Fuck this, we're leaving." Yes, ma'am.
Best sexual experience?
What is his best sexual experience? It wasn't alone either. Don't even go there.
Only if my hand can talk. Listen, I'm a crazy Greek. You tell me what it was. Because once you go Greek, can't sit for a week.
There you go. Hey, that's not in your show.
Yeah, I know. I don't do it in my show.
Wrong. Yes, over here. Yes.
Did I hear that you're doing a television show?
He wants to know about the television show that you're
Yes.
doing. Yes.
Yes, I have a show called Basile, and it's based off a combination of my general audience show and my Greek show called Growing Up Greek in America. Basically, it's about a kid who winds up growing up and was a pretty established football player, and then basically I got hurt at Michigan, not Michigan State. I got hurt at Michigan, and my career was over, and I couldn't play anymore. So I went back to my dad's restaurant, and it's a great name for a restaurant. It was called the Achilles Meal. So it's a takeoff on how we had such a mixed bag of tricks of growing up in a New York restaurant, and we hide a Colombian from ICE, and I have to deal with an irascible father who winds up making decisions, and he wants me to do a cooking show. And I don't want to do a cooking show, and the name of the cooking show is A Pinch of Basile, and I don't want to do it. And the more I try to fuck it up, the more successful this show becomes. So we try to bring in some of the actual other people that you have. Bobby Flay will come on, and all these other different characters will come on. And my father always writes, letters on my behalf. Oh, you can't cook shit. You're terrible. Signed, Basile. And all of a sudden, these guys are looking for me. And it's a funny show, and there's an element to it that makes it really, really unique. That is very interactive, so everyone's going to get a big kick out of it.
Where are they going to be able to find it?
It's going to be on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, so we want
September, right?
We film the 1st of July, and we will do 6 episodes, and right after the 2nd episode, when it airs, they're going to do another 6, hopefully, with us.
Is there a part in it for an old Southern guy?
You damn right there is. I got Arkansas over there lined up right now.
A bag of shit and throw it in the bag. Yeah, I get to say, here it is. All right, get the fuck out. All right. Was there anything else?
Is that it?
Is that it? It? Whoop.
Yep. Back there?
What you got? Yes? Okay.
You have a question?
How do you go from lawyer to comedy? Where
It's really the same.
Well, that's a good question. What was your move into comedy? What was your...
Actually, my mother got very ill, and I wound up taking care of her. So I took a sabbatical, and I never really went back. And I took care of Mom, and I took care of my dad. And I wanted people to like me. Okay. Yeah. Especially when you have ladies asking me, what's your weirdest sexual positions and shit like that.
Where'd you do your first open mic?
Cleveland, at the old Cleveland Comedy Club downtown.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
with
isn't
Dino.
there anymore.
No, it's no
not
longer
Nate's
there.
place.
It's where the stadium is now
Gotcha,
basically.
gotcha.
So, yeah, I worked there, and I started with Steve Harvey.
Oh, okay.
Steve Harvey and I started together. We were both open micers, and me and Steve were the ones who basically jumped out of the realm there and started touring. And Steve is now making $1 billion, and I'm in fucking Sarasota.
Correct. Anything else? We'll be done. Yes?
Yes.
Back here? Was there something?
Is it?
No? Yes?
I was just going to say, I spent my 90th birthday anniversary in here. This is my 13th wedding anniversary because we got married on New Year's Eve, and it's been a hell of a ride.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. No
There you
better
go.
way to end this. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Basil.
Thank you all
Thanks,
so much for
everybody,
coming out to everybody.
Are we doing the drawing? Yes, I'll do that super quick for a lab pack.